What up, Metabolic?
Hello. It is Bella.
And it's Laura, and I am so excited because today we are talking about something you ask about all the time, which is, well, not all the time indirectly, but how to think small when it comes to your big goals.
Yes.
Can you
Yes.
explain what we mean by that a little, Bella, maybe?
Yeah. I think when we focus on a big goal, we can sometimes feel disappointed with ourselves. But actually, we have created and tackled and completed many small wins, small successes along the way, and we tend to ignore them. And there's actually science, Laura, behind why this is so important.
Yes, science. I love it when there's scientific proof.
There is scientific proof when we recognize that we've completed something, when we set a small achievable goal and actually complete it, it feels really good. And there's a reason it feels good, because it prompts our brain to release a chemical called dopamine, which I'm sure everyone's heard of. But basically, what's happening is when you're doing something over and over and over, and dopamine is there when you're doing it, you complete something, you feel really great, it actually strengthens the habit even more. And when you're not doing these things, dopamine creates the craving to do it again. And so there's actually science behind why thinking small and setting these kind of small, actually achievable goals is very effective when it comes to big picture goals. So you should do it.
You should. And it also, the little things add up to making the big goals. And I know a lot of people will post in our groups or comment on our pages how, like, they just, they feel like they wish they were losing more weight or whatever. But what they've forgotten is that they've already lost, 5 pounds since they began, let's say. Or they're overlooking like non-scale victories, like they could never do a burpee and now they can do a burpee. Or they suddenly feel like more cheerful and just have more energy, or their sleep is better. There's like all these little things that add up to getting you to this big goal.
100%.
So do you want to maybe mention a few things, Bella, that you find most helpful besides just like our general schmeck measurement, which we have a whole series of videos on? But like, what kind of things can they be looking at, or little goals could they be making, so when they are checking in on their progress and they are doing their updated measurements, like what can they do to set themselves up for that dopamine?
I love that. And I think it's all about perspective, to be honest, Laura. And I think you actually mentioned it really well. If you even think about your life, you are actually made up of many small habits and small things that you've done over the course of your life to get here. So I think it's, again, as Laura said, setting kind of manageable goals and then taking the moment to actually reflect, have I achieved them? And, I think we actually chatted about habits a while ago, but say, for example, and this is going to be different for everyone, your goal is to get your 10,000 steps a day, but you're at currently 0 steps a day. If you set 10,000 steps a day, you're kind of looking at this big picture perspective that's going to seem extremely overwhelming. And what's going to happen is, yes, you might get there, but you are going to miss all of the steps that it took to get there in the first place. Maybe that's walking 1,000 steps a day. Maybe that's taking the initiative to park a little bit further away at the grocery store without even counting the steps. Actually starting with a goal like that, again, is achievable, and you're actually going to be able to reach it. And that's what's going to give you this excitement, this happiness, and this sense of accomplishment, which ultimately inspires you to keep going. So whatever your goal is, whether it's, healthy eating, a huge goal, where can we start right now? Okay, maybe that's, I want to incorporate 1 seasonal vegetable a day, or 1 seasonal vegetable a week if you're not eating any sort of veggies, and start there with the ultimate goal of having 5+ servings. But kind of setting those goals and actually recognizing it. Wow, look at my week. Maybe I didn't include 5 servings a day, but I included 1 serving a day, and that's actually amazing.
And I think you pointed out something very, very important, which is celebrating those little things. So, like, treat yourself, as they say, right? Like Parks and Rec. treat yourself. Like, it's okay to celebrate and go like, woo woo, I just did XYZ. Like, I did this. Go me. You can tell somebody. And if you don't have somebody to tell or you think will be excited, you can tell us in the Facebook groups or send us a page, a comment, or leave it, whatever. We will celebrate for you. We've already got videos on how we'll be your cheerleader and other things. But taking that time to really reward yourself, not in like that you need to like treat yourself to give yourself food or whatever it is as a reward, but let yourself be happy with the things that you're doing and like proud.
Yeah, I think that's so true. And just on that note, Laura, like some people watching this might feel hesitant to share because you're comparing yourself to others. Maybe you're in our group and you've seen, oh gosh, this person, works out every single day and I can't bring myself to even work out once a week. And then you start working out maybe once a week, but you're thinking, gosh, I can't share that because look at that person that's done 5. Please do. We are all on a very different health journey. It looks different for everyone. That person might have grown up, running marathons and working at, we're all at different places. And so just as Laura said, please, if you're in our groups, share, and everyone is going to be so supportive and meet you right where you are and encourage you and cheer you on exactly at the moment that you are in.
Yes. And so take that time to measure yourself, to do those small check-ins, and then just keep going, because that's how you eventually get to this big BHAG, your big, hairy, audacious goal, as we like to say at the very end. And then you'll set a new goal, because there never, ever is an end. Because,
I
life.
love it. I love it. Well, I hope this was encouraging. And if you have any questions, please reach out. We're here to answer them. We're here to encourage you. We're here to anything you need. We got you covered. So,
yeah, and if you are a member of our metabolic renewal groups and you want to tell me about your progress goals, we have a whole video post on there. We can help you hook you up with that, and you can leave some video messages for me just telling you what's going on.
Perfect.
All right. Well, thanks, guys. All right. Bye.